Alright, well, we're going to do another one of these. And again, I'm doing a 4-3-2-2 because of the fact that I don't feel like waiting for a... nice, open. I don't feel like waiting for an 8-4 to drop, but let's go through this pack. We have a Burn the Impure, one of my favorite cards in the set. We have Morbid Plunder, a Quarter Paladin, a Viridian Claw, Blue Sun Zenith, and the Take, which is Corrupted Conscious. Like, that card is ridiculous. There's not, like LSV said, there's not a whole lot of cards that take over it. Unfortunately, we're passing a Blue Sun Zenith, which means that someone's going to really want to be in blue. But you just can't pass that. It's not possible. It's a... And hell, there's Cryptoplasm, which is not the worst thing that I've ever seen passed to me. Also in this pack, also we passed a couple of poison guys last pack, but which the Scourge Servant sort of will fit into their pick, but I think it's like 2 picks away, which is ridiculous. There's a Divine Offering, which is awesome, and could be the pick, but this Cryptoplasm is really good. It copies your best guy. It copies your best guy. If you've got one, it sort of can answer their guy, which is interesting. But Divine Offering is really good removal. But there's that whole thing about being mono in pack 1 and hoping for the best in pack 2. But I feel like we can start cutting some white here and feel fine. Cryptoplasm is going to go into that guy's deck who picked the Blue Sun Zenith, which means we're getting no blue in pack 2. But maybe pack 3 we can start picking up. This pack has another Divine Offering, which is very likely the pick. This Banishment Decree, this Morbid Plunder, that Infect deck is getting better and better as we pass cards to it. There's Lead the Stampede, which is a great card. I've seen it, draw 5 off of, one card, which is ridiculous. Vivisection's fine. I've never actually cast it, so I can't really say anything. I've cast Distant Memories, and it's terrible. You never get the card you take, and the fact that you have to show it to them is the worst. Vivisection's is a Divine Offering, because that card's just, it's removal. Would I like a third Divine Offering? Why, yes. I guess I could do with a third Divine Offering, but I'm obviously going to be paired against that Infect deck first, so I'm going to get crushed. But I'll take 3 Divine Offerings. Maybe I'll get a Liquid Metal Coating. It'd be ridiculous. There's a Steel Sabotage here, which is more anti-artifact, because my deck can deal with any artifact you lay down, but nothing else. So, seems fine. Bladed Sentinel, which isn't great. Rhino's not great either. Drawsweeper's good, but it's not really what we want to be doing. I think we're fully into control, and Lux and Parson doesn't really help us. So Steel Sabotage it is. I really like Ichor Wellspring here for a couple of reasons. Oh my god, that's a really late Anger Marauder. What are people doing? I like Ichor Wellspring for a couple of reasons. One, it draws the Corrupted Conscious earlier, which is a big deal to me. But also, there's a lot of sacrifice outlets and a lot of Glint Hawks to be had. So I think it's gonna be Ichor Wellspring. Obviously, the Fang Marauder is good enough to take, but there's another freaking Morbid Plunder. The deck's gonna be ridiculous. But hopefully they're splitting it. There's Alien and Skyhunter pretty late, which is nice. But Priest of Norn, one of my favorite white cards. It's incredibly efficient at blocking, and it's sort of impenetrable, and it can attack and put poison counters on and be a 10-turn clock, which isn't great, but like it's far better than a lot of the white cards. But I like it. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it over the Skyhunter, but I can't really feel bad about it. There's an Oculus in here, which is nice, especially for a control-ish deck. It blocks early and draws you a card, which is good. Mirren Spy is fine, and it sort of answers those Plague Stingers. And we're pretty bent up on 2 right now, so might as well take the Spy since Plague Stinger's not a big deal. And we haven't really got anything going metalcrafty, but we certainly are not going to rule out a metalcraft strategy. Here's a Serum Raker, which makes me feel good about my blue choice, which I believe is in the pack with the blue Sun Zenith. So that's not terrible. That means that only me and another guy are in blue. It's good to have the counterspell sometimes. I don't really care to proliferate unless I have been attacking the Priest of Norn for a long, long time, but I doubt that I will have. Time Strike is... there's something to be said about the white poison guys, but I don't know. I'm going to cut them blue, though. And there's that Vivisection right on back. So apparently whoever took the Blue Sun Zenith and the Cryptoplasm weren't really that excited about it. I will take the Vivisection and see if there's any reason I would ever cast it. Spire Serpent is not terrible. It is certainly a wall. Turn the Tide is a sideboard card against Infect, so I'll take it. There's another counterspell. I probably won't play either of them, but it's good to know that I can. And especially if they have like Hexblade Golem, which definitely was in the draft. You can keep it for their 7s or 6s or whatever. You know, they'll never get that good of a slam against you if you have it in your deck. Of course, the Beseiged does the same thing there because your big drops are usually like, are usually artifacts. Okay, this one has Spikeshot Elder, which is ridiculous. Mirrorsmith, which is also ridiculously good. Grafted Exoskeleton, which is one of my favorite cards in this entire draft format. I almost just want to pick it and throw it on flyer and win that way, because that's what I do. But the Turn to Slag is removal. There's an Necroclaw Mirror for that. That eventual poison deck. Yeah, as well as a Trigon. The biggest, very likely Mirrorsmith, but I like Grafted Exoskeleton way too much to pass it. Because it just ends the game. It literally just ends the game. So, I'll take it. Well, that's interesting that an Arc Trail passed. There's a Glimmerpoint Stag and a Kimba Sky Hunter, as well as an On-Color Mirror. I don't like passing the Arc Trail, but it doesn't really do anything to me quite yet. I guess it kills a Serum Raker, and eventually will kill a Kimba Skyguard, but like, it doesn't do that much. And Glimmerpoint Stag is really, really good, especially when it's a 5/5 with poison. So that's very likely my take, and it can reset something if I pick up like a Tapper or something like that, or a Trigon of some sort. So Glimmerpoint Stag. Hey, there's a Razor Hippogriff and a Galvanic Blast. That red deck is getting better and better. I'm obviously taking the Razor Hippogriff because I am a kind of drafter, and it gets back the Grafted Exoskeleton if they destroy it, or if anything weird happens. And there's that Mirrorsmith is nice again, but like flyers are insane. Bladed Pinions is really good here. I really need more creatures though. I only have 6 creatures, but so Darksteel Sentinel is looking better and better. Except with without Treasure Mage, and the Solar Life Staff is nice if someone with a Kemba or a Shikari or something like that. Turn Aside isn't really anything. Azure Spider is probably the best card in the pack. That's not in color. Bloody Opinions is probably the pick. There's that Liquid Metal Coating that I was hoping for, and a Rusted Relic, which doesn't do a damn thing in my deck, but the Liquid Metal Coating and the Rusted Relic might come back, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is possible that it will go over the Soul Parry or the Vault Skyward, but like, Liquid Metal Coating is ridiculous. There's Shatter, because, that red deck needed some help. I wonder if I haven't messed up here and should have been taking all those red cards to go into white-red. I mean, a little late now, obviously, but it's certainly an interesting thought. This guy is big and unblockable, but let's take the Shatter in case. That liquid metal coating makes me a little greedy, I'm not gonna lie. There's an Unclaw Mirror, that's what we need. The Invisimancer is really good with the Graphic Exoskeleton. I can sneak in, you know, basically infinite damage there. The Wayfarer is really good against the Infect deck, but I think the Invisimancer is the take. And either one is fine because of the 3. Gauntlet's Warden would be great if I had a ton more artifacts, but I don't. I could probably pick up a ton of artifacts in the next one, but it's the tag. I don't know if it's gonna get played or not though. So there's another gold mirror. That's nice. I'll be accelerating into exoskeletons and razor hippogriffs and spire serpents and such. Golden Urn or seize the initiative. Let's take the trick just in case for some reason. Oh, or halt order. Halt order is pretty good. I guess that's the actual take. There's a salvage count, which I don't really have anything to care about there, but I might as well take it. An Auric Replica, because why not? Now I'm going to get cut blue in this pack pretty hard, but I'm hopefully going to pick up enough white that it won't matter. Cards that are definitely being played, like all of these except for the Echo Circlet, because what are you going to do? The Auric Replica will probably get played just because of the artifactiness and the Graphic Exoskeleton, which might make for a fine Metalcraft action, especially with like a metal coating that like builds, it builds Metalcraft fast. Some good things in here would be like Origin Spell Bombs and those 2 Mirror Smiths, and there weren't way better cards in the pack. And I knew I was going to be picking up a lot more artifacts. I probably have messed up this draft, but I'll take it as I see it.